Hey everyone, Richard Robbins here. Well, the numbers are in for the Toronto Real Estate Board. The first quarter, now in the books. All we're worried about now is the second quarter, but let's have a look what took place in the first quarter. I'm going to share a few things with you. I'm actually going to take you through January, February, March, and then I'll show you the first quarter total numbers over the last 5 years. And then I'm also going to show you the average price of all different property types that have taken place over the last 5 years as well. And hopefully this will be helpful to you. So sales. January, February, March, as they always do, they were going up. We're up 25% in February, 43% in March. Normal, right? As we move into spring, sales start to rise. Listings the same. They were going up. Okay, 12,000, went up by 11% here, and then went up by 17% to 15,500. Now, months of inventory. This is what's always interesting. We got 12,000 listings. We divide the sales into the listings. It gives us 3 months of inventory. This determines the strength of your market, whether it's a seller's market, buyer's market, prices going up, prices going down. You can see, even though your listing inventory was going up, your sales were going up faster. So what happens? Months of inventory is dropping. So right now, I'm going to suggest that most people in the Greater Toronto, more so 416 than 905, you're probably having trouble finding property for your buyers. Why? Because a lot of sellers have been waiting to see what's going to happen with the market and haven't put it on the market. Plus, a pretty tough winter, I think you would all agree. Prices, $748, went up to $780, and then up to $788. And this is month over month. So look at this, up by 4.3% in February, $788. Well, of course, because our months of inventory is so low. Days in the market. 33, they're going down. Why would it go down? Months of inventory is low, stronger market. Okay, so it goes down by 24%, and then it goes down by another 16%. So interesting stuff. I'm looking at this right here, and this is what concerns me the most, is I think that in the month of April, May, and June, we need to see more people coming on the market, because otherwise we're going to have a severe inventory challenge. I do think you will, because the weather is starting to change. Okay, across Canada, what's happening? You're sitting here, 2.2 months of inventory. Unbelievably strong market. Vancouver, 7.4. Edmonton, 6.9. Calgary, 5.0. Montreal, as of February, because it's not out for March, 5.1. Nova Scotia, 8.8. So if you're here complaining about your marketplace, you better start complaining, because if you want to complain, maybe move out to British Columbia. Okay, so let's have a look at this. This is your TREB sales, and this is the total sales for the quarter year over year for the last 5 years. So look at 2015, 20,000 sales, and the market heated up. 2016, 22,500, and then look what happened 2017, up again. Huge year right here, up by 11.5%. And then, of course, we know what happened in 2018. Our sales started to drop off. We were down by 34%. And then again, we had roughly the same amount of sales in the first quarter of this year. So 2019, the first quarter, was almost exactly the same as 2018 in the first quarter. However, even though we have low months of inventory, even though that some property types, properties are rising, even though you're having multiple offers in certain geographical areas and certain property types, if we look at these numbers right here, we're still substantially lower in the first quarter than we were for 15, 16, and 17. So again, no matter how we cut it, if we shouldn't compare it to this, because this year was unbelievable, this as well, but even if we compare it here, so say we did 20,000 and all of a sudden we're at 16,000, that means in the first quarter there was 4,000 sales lost. Pie smaller, right? Means you got to be better at what it is you're doing. This is interesting. Ralph Ciencio, one of our great coaching clients, was in here in the office and we're chatting, and he said, I'm excited about the second quarter. I go, how come? Because we always do the most amount of business in the second quarter of any other quarter in the year, and he's right. I went back and I looked at the numbers. In 18, 21% of the whole year was done in the first quarter, 30% in the second quarter, 26% in the third quarter, and 23%. So where is your greatest opportunity in the second quarter? Because you're going to do probably at least 30, and I'm going to suggest more, maybe 32 to 33 this year in the second quarter, because this quarter, the first quarter of 19, was a little tough, wasn't it? Tough winter, cold, a lot of snow, not a lot of buyers going out, not a lot of sellers listing. So I see this as a massive opportunity to get out there and work it right now. Get after it. Prices. March year prices, okay, 5 years. So you can see if we go 15, our average price was 614. Then we went to 688, 915. And then of course market slows down, went to 785, and we're sitting almost the same as we were last March. We've got roughly the same amount of inventory, same amount of sales. Nothing has really changed, okay, year over year. Days in the market, 20, 16, 10. Look at this, crazy. The market's busy 20 and 21. What about prices of property types? We got detached, semi-detached, condos, apartment and row, and condo apartments, okay? These were condo townhouses. So let's compare it. Again, March of last year, detached was $1 million. Then it went down to 985, so down by about 2.5%. But what happened with semi-detached? Went up by a point in terms of price, okay? So up a little bit. Condo townhouses, roughly the same, down by 0.5 percentage point. Attached up by 2 percentage points. Condo apartments up by 2 percentage points. So you can see what's happening. The more expensive detached would probably went down more than this number right here. And then you can see the more inexpensive the property, the more affordable the property, because there's more buyers for that, we're actually seeing price increases along the way. So here's my message. Message is this. It is now April. We are now in the second quarter. As I'm creating this message, it's a beautiful day out there today. I think what's going to happen, sellers are going to start to put their homes in the market. Buyers are going to come out of the woodwork, I should say. And it's such a great opportunity for you to get out there and take advantage of this quarter. Forget what happened in Q1. It just doesn't matter anymore. Let the past be the past. And look at Q2 as your opportunity to get back on track or get ahead of goal, because it is possible. And remember everybody, it's a beautiful life. Make it count.